another one of these USAID gun running scandals. So this is what actually prompted me to do this stream. Gary Kasparov was just like involved in this crazy, because we're involved in a proxy paramilitary CIA-backed rebel like coup, not coup, but like military war with Russia and Africa. Because Russia is providing arms to these different rebel groups and installed governments, and they're battling for the resources in Africa. This is part of what's behind this conflict in places like Sudan and all across the Sahel in Africa. Chess legend busted in South Sudan weapons scheme. We're back to Bono with the USAID and Live Aid and Band Aid, the money going $100 million raised for famine relief, but actually 95 million of it goes to buy guns for CIA-backed rebels in Somalia and Eritrea. Gary Kasparov allegedly helped raise cash to buy weapons for South Sudan. Brought in a Jane Street, Wall Street money. Prosecutors say he used his Human Rights Foundation role to mask what the money was for. The same Human Rights Foundation that we've been talking about here. Let's cover this quickly. Wall Street titan who hired Sam Bankman-Fried defrauded into spending $7 million on AK-47s, grenades for South Sudan coup plot. Robert Granieri, let me zoom this in, the co-founder of trading firm Jane Street, a very powerful group, which once gave jailed crypto titan Sam Bankman-Fried his big break in finance, was allegedly deceived into funding a plot to buy AK-47 Stinger missiles and grenades for a coup in South Sudan. Federal prosecutors in Arizona first charged Harvard fellow. Oh. Harvard? How could you? What are you Harvard academics doing involved in a gun running plot in South Sudan? Conspiring to illegally export arms to South Sudan to overthrow its government. Oh, no. Why does this keep happening? Harvard, Gary Kasparov's USAID National Endowment for Democracy Networks, Wall Street investors. Granieri allegedly paid $7 million in two payments after meeting Harvard's guy in February 2024 at a Midtown Manhattan condo, prosecutors say. Ajax lawyer stated that Granieri's financing was vital to the plan. Without his financial support, the conspiracy would not be possible. He claimed that the attorney for the Jane Street founder claimed that he was misled by the Harvard fellow. Remember, Kasparov was at the Harvard Kennedy School. Is that where him and Ajax may have met? He claimed he was misled by Ajax, whom he believed was a human rights activist. Granieri is a longtime supporter of human rights causes. In this case, the person thought Rob was a human rights activist. Thought he was giving $7 million to human rights and ended up buying guns. Oh, that's so crazy. The case also references chess champion Gary Kasparov, though he's not named as a defendant, or accused of any wrongdoing for allegedly connecting Ajax with Granieri. The CIA back channel. Here we are again. Oh, here it is. The Harvard Kennedy School, just like I said. And a World Bank economist before becoming a South Sudanese opposition activist. It's too perfect. Ajax, a child soldier resettled in the U.S., went on to be the CIA's control over government back channel, the Harvard Kennedy School, a global bankster gangster economist. That means these are the people who tell you the best way to turn your economy over to them, unless you want to be overthrown in a CIA coup. Read Confessions of an Economic Hitman for more on what World Bank economists are. Before becoming, just like Gary Kasparov himself, an opposition activist. He and Keach allegedly met with an undercover agent and inspected weapons in a Phoenix warehouse before their arrest. This is the other Harvard guy. Harvard, yeah. Put that on your Harvard application. I was a child soldier in a CIA-backed rebel faction in South Sudan. DOJ handout that shows the weapons that were bought via Gary Kasparov arranging deals. Defense attorneys allege U.S. authorities were aware of the plan, citing a public authority defense and claiming that the State Department told AJAC in October 23 it would not support non-democratic regime change. Oh, my God. So the State Department said, listen, we're not backing this coup. This is just like the case where the State Department had, what the hell is it? Rolando Masfer. Remember the stream we did on Rolando Masfer? When the CIA intervened on the Justice Department's prosecution of Rolando Masfer, the State Department want him arrested. The CIA want him set free. Didn't want him prosecuted because the CIA said if you prosecute this case, it's going to reveal our entire CIA network in Miami. So the DOJ split the baby. They proceeded with prosecution, but had the government prosecutors protect all the intelligence assets and not allow any lines of questioning that might expose the CIA that Rolando Masfer was a CIA asset. And the State Department wanted prosecuted because the State Department told Masfer and his CIA-backed Cuban exile squad that the State Department did not want to support the CIA-backed rebels' assault on Haiti, taking over Haiti as a way to take over Cuba. It's the same thing right here in 2023. And just broke, I guess, this week on Kasparov's involvement. They accused prosecutors of selectively targeting Ajax and Keach, both black men, while sparing Granieri and Kasparov, the CIA money funnel and the CIA deal maker. Arranged at the law firm Paul Hastings, of course, so they can get attorney-client privilege and shield everything. PR guru Michael Holtzman, who previously advised the State Department. So they ran this as a CIA operation rather than a State Department operation. That's what this was. The donors and drafters in charge of personnel at CIA wanted to overthrow the South Sudanese government. The donors and drafters who installed the personnel at state did not want a coup or to back a coup publicly. So CIA just ran it through the Gary Kasparov back channel. South Sudan is the world's youngest country after seceding from Sudan in 2011. George Clooney. Biden didn't remember what I look like. Exchange trade is $20 billion in trading revenue. Granieri backs Nikki Haley. Also supported causes backed by Kasparov. Let's dig into this more next time. I have so much already. So many lights are just popping off in my head on this. We're going to get into the geopolitics of Sudan because it relates to Ghana and the other stream we did on Zoran Mamdani and all that. Ooh, it's going to be good. Next stream's going to be a barn burner. But we have been going for 6 hours, guys, tonight. It was lovely being with you. Was that a perfect ending or what? Foreign aid keeps turning into gun running for CIA-backed coups. That's just so crazy. Why does Harvard always act as the back channel for it? Well, it receives the most amount of government funding, $9 billion in government grants. Let me ask you this. Riddle me this. What resources, sectors, and portfolio companies is the Harvard endowment invested in South Sudan? What do you think the answer is there with the Harvard Kennedy School? Finder says, no idea. I can promise you it ain't zero. I'm going to guess it has a lot of zeros, actually, with some commas.
Trolling it.
I didn't even get to the geopolitics of chess during the Cold War with Bobby Fischer in the 1972 Spassky match. Maybe I'll cover that next time. It's got an interesting history. You guys will like it. Thank you all for joining me for another Barn Buster stream. Good night. Godspeed. I will see you on the internet.